Hello! So, for this project, rather than watch me talk about a movie into a camera, I decided to film myself watching a film and then do VO for it. So now you can watch me watching a movie. How very exciting. For this project, I decided to cover one of my favorite filmmakers, Wes Anderson. I've just always have really enjoyed the fact that his movies have this indie feeling while having a big movie budget. Every world he creates feels intertwined, and I just really enjoy diving into the universes these characters create. His movies showcase small town life with big city attitudes, if that makes sense. So, when I looked up the best Wes Anderson films of all time, 3 popped up in about any order: Moonrise Kingdom, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and The Grand Budapest Hotel. One of my all-time favorite movies is Grand Budapest Hotel, and while I could talk your ear off about why I love this movie so much, I'm saving that for another project, and same goes for Fantastic Mr. Fox. I watched Moonrise Kingdom, and if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. Essentially, the movie is about 2 12-year-olds, Sam and Susie, who fall in love and plan to run away together. They wound up getting caught and try again, but to an even grander scale. Sam is an orphan, and Susie is from a family that is seemingly normal until you dive a little deeper. It's heartfelt, it's grand, and perfectly captures how it feels to be a 12-year-old. Now, let's get into the technical stuff. Of course, you have main actors Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, and Edward Norton, who seem to be in every single Wes Anderson movie. Surprisingly, no Owen Wilson, at least as far as I saw in the movie. If I'm wrong, please let me know. We have an added bonus of Bruce Willis in this film, too, which is something I wasn't really expecting. I really enjoyed him in this movie. Sam is played by Jared Gilman, and Susie's played by Kara Hayward, both excellent young actors who play awkward 12-year-olds to a T. They act like the 12-year-olds who are, they're so cool, but really they're just really awkward and hilarious all at the same time. You know what it's like to be 12. As with all Wes Anderson films, there's a lot of VO and fun stop-motion animation sequences to show travel in the movie. When it comes to editing and color, I noticed this movie tends to lean more on the yellow scale. This movie wants you to know it's set in the 60s, and I really like that aspect. It gives this even greater indie vibe to the whole movie. It wants you to know that the movie's out there. It wants you to know this could be an indie film kind of deal, and I really, really love that aspect of the color. Just like with all Wes Anderson movies, they tend to kind of lean on the yellower side, but this one really stood out to me. The yellows really popped, and everything felt under like a yellow scale. The editing is tight, focusing on humor and all the right moments. Nothing ever held for too long unless it absolutely needed to hold long for the joke, so I really enjoyed that. Wes Anderson tends to have a lot of dry humor, and I really, really enjoy that kind of humor and that wit and sarcasm in movies, and I think he really does that very well. One of my favorite things about Wes Anderson in general is how his movies are shot. I feel like he's always breaking the rules, and this movie is really no different. You have the tight centered shots where the character's right in the center of the shot, to a random rule of thirds shot, to stop motion and everything in between. He is constantly breaking the standard of what we know as films. He's not really following rule of thirds, but he's not really following the center, and he can kind of just do whatever he wants, and it looks great. Almost every shot he films feels symmetrical as well. I don't know how he does it, but it really does just feel perfect every single shot. Like it was a piece of art hanging up, and then he threw it into a movie, and it's just perfect. You never really know what's coming next in his movies, and as an audience member, that's something I really enjoy. When it comes to directing and writing, he is known for being excellent at both. I really enjoy all of his movies, to be honest. Every film is so carefully weaved together. This movie and Grand Budapest Hotel could be totally in the same universe, and I might never know it, but knowing Wes Anderson, that's probably the case, to be honest. Every detail, every character trait, every sequence, every action just feels perfectly crafted for the world it's in, and Wes Anderson really knows how to write and create that, and even direct people and the scenes to craft a perfect image, shot, movie, and I really like that. Let's check in with my girl, Maddie. Maddie, how are you liking this movie so far?
It was good.
Awesome. Do you have anything else to say about the movie?
Really good. Really how awkward it is. Like, it perfectly captures kind of what it's like to be 12. Like, it's just really awkward. So,
Well, that's great. Well, anything else?
very good. Wes Anderson movie. Highly recommend. Oof.
Wow. Such wisdom. Well, if you haven't seen Moonrise Kingdom, go out and see it. It's really, really good. It's available on iTunes, Amazon Prime, pretty much anywhere you can rent movies. So I think you'd really like it. If you like watching awkward people be awkward, like I'm being right now, you're gonna really, really love Moonrise Kingdom. Bye!